Good evening and welcome to another episode of the What a Man podcast. I am your host, Tina Shaw, and joining me tonight is entrepreneur Salih Bey. Good evening, Mr. Bey. How are you?
Ty, what's up? All is well, what's good.
I wanted to say thank you for agreeing to sit down and have a conversation with me. But before we get started, please let everyone know who exactly you are.
Well, you introduced me, Salih Bey, President, Chairman of MLife Productions, um, South Jamaica, Queens, New York City native, producer, uh, manager, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. But I'm just here for the conversation. Let's have a conversation. Uh, Thank you for having me. You feel me?
No problem. Thank you for joining me. So number one, I wanted to say congratulations on everything that you have going on.
Thanks.
Um, we have had a discussion, and you told me that you pretty much was had some new ventures. You got music, like you said, you're a producer, a manager. Um, Maybe there's liquor coming soon. Like, tell us a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
shout out to Bay Tequila, Reposado. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm in Atlanta to do. You know what I mean? We just brokered the deal with the Bay Beverage brand. I think it's BEY, right? You know,
Mhm.
we just brokered that deal, so I'm um I'm just getting out the marketing and production situation for that. So that'll be launched probably what I think they pushed it back to what November, but I'll be in production. Like we'll start doing some distribution, get some models involved. My favorite part of the game. But the ladies, don't judge me. But yeah, we have that coming. We got a clothing line coming this fall. Mahmoud collection, upscale luxury, high end. For our people, we got a lot for the women. Um, yeah, we got a podcast. Shout out to Around the Way Girl. Shout out to Speak Life.
Mhm.
Um, we just working. We working the platform, more like platform. So yeah, that's you know.
So it seems like you have your hand in a lot of different things from music to, podcasting, liquor, all kinds of stuff. Out of all of the stuff that you do, which one of them is the one that you enjoy doing the most?
Honestly, I enjoy doing them all because there's an executive position behind it. But you know, my mom, she watched me study, and she was just like, one day she had called me and she could sense that like I had like something was on my mind. I don't know, mothers and parents could see that. And she
Mhm.
was just like, what's wrong? I was like, yo, I'm studying all of these things and I got my hands in all of these things, and I'm I don't know what to do and I don't know why I'm doing it. And she was like, well, you need to study your passions. You need to go after what you're passionate about. And
Mhm.
to be honest with you, I didn't even know what passion. I knew what the word meant, but I had to look up the definition. So while I was on the phone with her, I googled the word and I'm reading it, and she's talking. She's telling me a story about how she was in college and her professor would give her an assignment, but she wouldn't finish. She was still doing this assignment, and he would give her another one. And she would have to tell him, like, yo, this paper is going to be in late because I'm still working on this, because she was passionate about her work. So she was telling me this shit, and I'm just like, all right, man, listen, I got to call you back. You know what I mean? Because I'm pondering on it. And I had just went to like a crystal shop that day, and I had got some tarot cards. So I said I was going to start there. I didn't really believe in that stuff, so I cracked the box, fresh box of tarot cards, and I shuffled them. I was like, yo, the first card that comes out, I'm going to practice that. I'm going to go in that direction. I flipped the card. The first card I flipped, it was passion, and from then I knew that you know it is what it is. What you do in the now. So it looks like they say a man of many hats, master of none, jack of all trades, master of none. However that goes. But
Mhm.
when you plant a seed within your passion, things are gonna manifest. Things are gonna magnetize, and they're gonna gravitate towards you. So a
Mhm.
lot of the situations that I have. they're separate entities from me. So they're just partnerships. I'll like a brand such as your brand. You know what I'm saying? I'll like it, and I'm gonna come show love and see what we can do to further push our culture and our people. So I would say, just to answer your question, I'm gonna stick with that. All of them, because you get tired with one thing. As a
Mhm.
musician, I'll be doing music. I'll be in the studio for 3 4 months, and then it's like I gotta step back and I have to live life now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And then something else will be coming. So I just learned, as a hustler, you're gonna give samples out, and whoever comes back, that's what you cultivate. So that's
Mhm.
what I've been doing. So right now, actually being in Atlanta, it's been about car rental service that I want to start out here, and the Bay Tequila. That was my initial situation, and coming to show love to my team. I got two group members, my administration and partners down here. So just shaking it up, just getting things organized, and so I'm passionate about that more than life. I'm passionate about the cultivation of our people. So
Mhm.
that's my focus. The other things are just arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we are friends on social media. And I saw recently that you lost your mom. Rest in peace to your mom.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
in doing these things, how did losing her and still being able to continue to do all these things, how did that affect you? Did you throw yourself into your work, or did you just, did you take time to grieve her, or did you just keep going because you knew that this was something that she would have wanted you to do?
Um, I didn't really have a grieving stage. I was grieving the whole time she was sick, and that lasted for like 3 years. I hadn't been around my mother in years. We'd speak, but I wasn't around her because I move around. I'm a trailblazer. I'm in and out of states. So
Mhm.
when I finally realized that, I called for a family Thanksgiving, even though I don't do holidays. I
Mhm.
wanted the family to get together, and I noticed that she wasn't who I knew her to be. Her movement, her mobility was kind of wild to me, and so it made me pay more attention. But so the grieving process, I went through that as she was depreciating in her life value.
Mhm.
But afterwards, after she was gone, it was like a relief. Um, the way she exited, it was kind of crazy. But you know, we had a lot of conversations. I'm the oldest I have two younger siblings, and I was there every day. But it was just like I had already. It's weird because the way that I work, I'm always working. So when I don't feel like, I mean, it's 24 hours. Being an entrepreneur is 24 hours, and I just reflected on the conversations we had, the things that she told me, the things that I was going through personally, my mental space, and I just, I think when people go back to the essence, we hear all of these things on Facebook and YouTube and all these things about, soul tribes and ancestors. I feel
Mhm.
like we gained some energy from those people that be so close to us. So it did, like me and my brother, we took off. Like my brother's a world champion in jujitsu. Me, my business started flourishing, and
Mhm.
it's just like I have this momentum and I keep it. So I'm pretty sure like she's up there or wherever in the universe, she's guiding me through these paths because she's been going for like a year and a half.
Mhm.
So it's been like, yeah, let's let's just keep it going. You gotta deal with the legacy idea of things, and she knew that I was really political with things,
Mhm.
with the changing my name to an attribute.
Mhm.
Um, my appellation, and she supported it. So I just a lot of things I dedicate to her, like Linda D Legacy. That's a brand that I'm going to be pushing. eventually. I'm just getting all of these things under, everything structured. So, but yeah, I think I think her going back to the essence, it just lit a fire. Like something just clicked in me, like, yo, I can't lay down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, nah, so. And then I'm seeing it in dreams every now and then. I'll wake up hugging myself and shit. So,
Well, we- so let's talk about excuse me, let's talk about your artists. Is it just hip hop artists? Do you have R&B? Do you have rap? So what type of artists do you?
um, I'm more well. I'm an artist myself. I don't have any artists under me. What I did is I structured them up as far as being their own boss and their own entity, having their own company.
Mhm.
I basically work on artist development and executive production. So we have right now we've been dropping a lot of releases from Tay Baby. That's TAYBABYBABEE. Yeah, there we go. So she dropped we have a couple of releases. We actually have a video dropping on Friday, the 29th. That'll be on Vivo and YouTube. The name of the record is Ho. Um,
No, that's
happiness, over,
okay.
happiness over everything is an acronym. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Dope record. She's out of PA. You also have Jackie B. We did a couple of releases, some mixtapes. Shout out to Baby Paul and Untouchable DJs. I dropped the record. What my last record was? Cakewalk. Shout out to Bookworm. So it's like hip hop. I really don't, we do music over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not rap music. I understand the difference between hip hop and rap music, but I feel like hip hop is the culture and rap music is the commercial side of things, so where they can scale it and monetize it. But
Mhm.
we do music, you know what I mean? We got R&B, um, rap, hip hop, spoken word,
Okay.
neo soul. Shout out to Kanaje, live band. You know what I'm saying? So we building a structure. The family is strong. We get with the gutter, but we more boom bap on the gutter. Like my guys got bars. Shout out to Born
Mhm.
Crisis. Shout out Mad Feeling the Worst. Shout out Merc ENT. Jeff Exquisite. We have a strong crew. You know what I'm saying? And you know you're gonna hear a lot from us. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear a lot from us in the long run. Like we got a nice strong catalog. We just got I think like what 4 or 5 months ago we got global distribution with Symphonic. Shout out Symphonic. So right now we dealing with marketing promotion.
Okay.
Um, so
Okay.
a plethora of talent over here. You feel me? Like
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
So you said something earlier about political. Just for 1 second, let's talk about everything that's going on right now. And
What
I'm
was
talking
going on?
talking about this whole Diddy situation and all of
That's
this stuff.
not politics.
No, I
That's
know it's not politics, but I'm just saying I wanted to know how you felt about it because everybody always with all of this stuff going on, there's always conspiracy theories and stuff.
well. I just posted on my Facebook. Uh, I can't remember exactly what I said, but you know, they supposed to be going after Jay Z next, and
Hmm.
they went after Will Smith, and um, Diddy. One thing that I can say their contribution is their contribution. Diddy's contribution to hip hop um,
Hmm.
was unbelievable in the '90s. Um, I was talking to one of my guys the other day, and he was like upset, like, damn, like if we was in this game in the golden era, we would have went through a lot of shit because we 10 toes down, like we the real ones. And if they doing these weird, they doing a lot of weird things. Um,
Hmm.
I'll say this: they had to be inducted into these situations. Um, there's a lot of rituals going on in these parties. I forgot
Hmm.
the name of that drug that's above mushrooms. Jada and Will Smith, they went on a retreat and utilized this drug. It's supposed to be for like relationships. But these are the same drugs that be in these parties. And I had to bring to my guy's attention, like, yo, listen, you can have 10 guys
Mm-hmm.
that 10 men, 10 women. They 10 toes down. They straight, heterosexual, they just there, they love music, they're in this party. But you have, let's say, 150 individuals that are already inducted and they know the process of this situation. Their energy and their frequency is going to cancel out at least 5 out of that 20. You know what I mean? Some people are so desperate to go into these spaces. You know what I mean? And then once they get in these spaces, it's just like a serial killer. Once he do it once, what he gonna do? He's gonna keep doing what he's doing. So the same rules apply. Like, we saw Diddy over the years. He had little incidences that's been swept under the rug. New York just gave him the key to the city after the Love album, and then right after that, I don't know how. I don't really know the facts on it, but I know that he sued um, the liquor company or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
something, and then all of a sudden, all of these attacks came. But I don't, that's not considered politics. What I'll say is that hip hop was our people's rock and roll. Um,
Okay.
it was our way of expressing what's going on in the inner cities, and a way for us to get out of the inner city struggle. And we let the elites. I don't want to use an ethnicity or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
we let these people come in to our culture, um, like just like bloodsuckers, bleed it dry, give us a couple of dollars, build
Mm-hmm.
us up, and then they tear us down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't condone anything that I'm hearing about Diddy as far as the Cassie situation, or I see the memes with the little girl and the little white girl, and but these things, if we doing this to Diddy, I mean the Pope, we need to be doing this to the popes and the priests and these executives that's been getting off with things for years as well.
I
Um,
agree.
I also will say this: our own people are targeting celebrities for clickbait. So as long as you can get views and likes for a conversation, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's like it's okay to tear ours down.
Mm-hmm.
While they keep their secret societies, they protect theirs. You know what I'm saying? You won't even hear about it till after they're gone. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I can't take away from Sean Combs' legacy. I really, as far as the music is concerned and his contribution, I just hope that his frequency and what he did in that time, because I do believe, you know, he was he came from an era that was very detrimental to us as a people with the Tupac and Biggie situation, and you know I know with him, I know that it was a lot of, greed. I think it was greed and power. It was a power struggle between the East Coast and West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in position. And I mean, look who he was under, Clyde Davis. I mean, let's really, they say behind every strong said black man is a strong woman. Well, behind every black record exec, there's a European. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yeah.
giving him the power. You giving him the power to do that. So let's single it out all the way if we're gonna do that. You know what I mean? But I think it's disgusting. I think that you know social media is a gift and a curse. Your intentions
Mm-hmm.
have to be pure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't do too many interviews. Um, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for
Because
doing this.
and I also feel like it's a demasculation of men. We're very much so like we can't say certain things. Um, we
Mm-hmm.
can't say certain things anymore. So the 10 toes down, the 70s and the 80s babies, we gotta be like, damn, like, You know what I'm saying? Like we have to like, you know, I'm awkward in a room with. I don't have anything against people's sexual preference, but I don't need to be in the room talking about that. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, there's so many things to talk about. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, I think, I mean, Atlanta, I mean, you walk across the street, you see the rainbow on those. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But I come from New York City, that shit been here. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you have to be in touch with your feminine energy, and you have to be able to balance yourself out and stand on what you stand on. And it's like force field. Like, this is what I do, this is what I like. But you definitely have to be careful out here because all of a sudden these people are coming out. They did the R. Kelly, they did Cosby. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Mike Tyson went down like that. Even they
Hmm.
did it to MJ. You know what I'm saying? They did it to him. They say he
Yeah.
was a little kid. So you know what I mean? It's like, where do we? They did it to Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Destroy careers
Hmm.
because they have an agenda, and that's what we need to be paying attention to. Why are we paying? You got me started. Like, what we're paying attention to Diddy and Meek Mills. Like, and there's a whole war going on. There's a whole
Hmm.
war going on in Israel. You understand? It's affecting us over here. You understand? The monies are changing. They're monetizing everything. Oh, Kanye West is crazy, but he stated certain things, and now these things are happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No disrespect, shout out to 50 Cent, but I see him standing in the picture posing with Bruce Jenner or whatever the guy, the whatever that
Hmm.
the gender.
Yeah.
Caitlyn, now he's Caitlyn. So, but I see 50 standing next to him. But 50 was the same one that was like, oh, Empire is so gay, right?
Hmm.
He kept saying that. Now on his show, he has these things. So there's an agenda that's going to be pushed regardless of what. And, you know, I'm not with the can't beat them, join them. Because that might go too far for me. You know what I mean? But it's definitely gonna go too far. But I'm gonna keep my boundaries, and we're gonna work. And a lot of people in this world are thinking about fame and greed, likes and comments. They're not sharing. They're not
Hmm.
sharing. They're just thinking about likes and comments and views.
Yeah.
And it's a very vain world we live in right now because everything is about what it looks like. You know what I mean? And we're not paying attention to what it is.
Why is it so? Why do you feel like there's such a big so if you're going to create a distraction, because we're all aware that this whole, like you said, there's a war going on, but Diddy is the distraction. Why is there an obsession, do you feel like, in your opinion, with the black man being taken down as a distraction?
I mean,
Why
because for some reason, right? I mean, let's think about it, right?
Mhm.
For all of our existence of being who we are as a culture, all we knew was struggle, slavery. It was
Mhm.
instilled in us. It was in the education system, right?
Mhm.
So now, Big Brother doesn't really have, they still have a control over, media, but now we have like a free world going on where we can do this, where we can have dialogue. They burnt down books back in the days. They burnt down banks. Juneteenth, they gave that to us, but what did they do? They pillaged a community because that community was successful and didn't need to outsource. So
Mhm.
anytime you have a said black man that rises to uh, I want to say a false sense of power because it's only tangibles, but a sense of power, he's a threat. You know what I mean? And really, I don't really think it's about. I don't really. I don't think this is about black people. Um, I feel that it's an agenda. Um, and they'll probably come back to this. They'll probably find this, and they'll, But I have to say it. Um, I feel that there's a certain ethnicity that desires a utopia.
Okay.
Um, they desire utopia for their people, and that's their agenda. and they're doing a great job of that. So the distractions are there, so we're not actually paying attention to what we don't have an agenda as a people. You understand? Like, I have to get into that because that shit is just to give, like, for real. I don't know how many viewers you have or anything, but I'm gonna give it to you and your family because we family. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you really think about it, there's a war going on in Israel. When I drive down the streets in Long Island, when I'm in Long Island, it's like there's neighborhoods that are stating we stand for Israel. We support Israel in this community. And I'm like, well, I was sitting at one of my homeboys' house, and out of nowhere he was drinking and shit, and he just blurted, "Yo, the Bible is real." And I'm like, "What do you mean the Bible is real?" He was like, "Yo, it's prophesied, everything in it." And I just like, "Yo, bro, like, there's a higher science. You need to be paying attention to what you're saying." And he was like, "Have you read the whole Bible?" I said, "Yeah." You know what I mean? And it did this to my spirit. And I just let him know, like, "Yo, listen," I said, "I'll give you one story out of the Bible that that will show you the instances of how things work when you're talking about spell casting and conjuring and how they control society." And I was like, "Yo, what was Israel's name before in the Bible? What was Israel's name?" He was like, and he said, "Why are you talking about Israel as if it's a person?" I said, "Because in the Bible, Israel was a person." He was like, "For real?" I said, "Yeah. Israel was Jacob. Jacob was Israel. Jacob, before he was Israel, it was Jacob, right?" And he was like, "Interesting." I said, "Do you know what Jacob was doing?" He's like, "No. Jacob was taking spotted cows, spotted goats, and whatever else, and he was mixing the genes. He wanted a pure cow, right?" God broke his hip. He asked for forgiveness and prayed to God to heal him and all of that. And he said, "Yeah, I'm going to heal you. And now your name is Israel." Well, let's talk about real life. Let's happen in the actual time. Well, what was Israel before it was Israel? It was Palestine. They colonized it. So they're using the hearts and the minds of our people to pray to this book while this book is spell casting and saying, "Hey, these are the words that were written that are going to become true." Just like the affirmation book. When you write in that 369 book, you're casting the spells for what you desire within your life. Well, this thing has been around for 2,000 years. This book has been around spell casting for 2,000 years because I'm pretty sure now you ain't like, "Oh God," in your life. You know what I mean? You're doing more things for your life. You know what I'm saying? So while we talking about, you know, the Diddy situation, that's just a smoke screen. That's just because they know one thing about us as a people. We always want to be hip on the latest thing, and we're always emotional about it. You can walk, back in the days, the corny shit was, when you see somebody to spark up a conversation, when you see it on TV, to be like, "Yo, how about those Yankees? Or how about those Mets?" But for us, it's like, this happened. You hear what happened to this person in hip hop? Everybody heard about Cat Williams. Everybody, you know what I mean? So Will Smith with the slap, they keep those situations there because that's keeping us paying attention to that. We're paying attention to this, and the whole time they're structuring. They went after Yeezy. They went after Ye because he said the Semitic Jew. Well, once he said the Jew, it went crazy. But he wasn't lying. I mean, it's the truth. It's hybrid. You go in Brooklyn and you'll see, you know how you see the bikes outside of the stores. You're gonna see strollers. You're gonna see babies pushing babies, and they're all Jewish. They're building their community. I commend them. You know what I'm saying? So, I just, that's the political side of things. My mother used to be like, "Yo, you gotta calm down. You overwhelming me with this stuff." But I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just paying attention to the board. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So let's bring it back to you and what you got going on now. So you said that you had a liquor brand. So what made you, number one, decide that you wanted to tap into that? And number two, what is that process like? So have you been through the process just where you like tasted or
I
what's
haven't
in?
tasted it. I haven't tasted, but this is the thing for me. Throughout my walk, right? I'm grateful to have a partner in administration the way that I have it because it's very resourceful. So when you get to a certain space within business, what starts happening, things come through your line, investments come through your line. And to be honest with you, my administration was just like, yo, I'm working with somebody, I'm helping them with their brand. They have a liquor brand. It's actually, I think it's like 27 beverages that they have. But I was interested in that one because it said Bay on the bottle. So I was like, yo, I need that. You know what I mean? I want to be a part of that. So I was like, yo, let's do a partnership. Let me get into marketing and promotion, and this will become the brand that I represent. You know what I mean? So we just brokered the deal probably last week. We've been talking about it for a couple of months. We were supposed to launch actually next month, but it's pushed back. Due to budgets and things of that nature. But that's how I got into it. So I actually right now I had to find my footing in, well, what am I actually gonna do with this brand? I'm in contact with the distillery. I'm in contact with the owner, and we're figuring out numbers within the partnership. And you know, I just know, nothing's by coincidence. So it was like, yeah, I want to attach myself to this brand, and I like the owner is a decent person. You know what I mean, and is black owned, so that makes it even better for me. And so I'm giving back to the culture. I don't condone alcohol and shit, but you know what I'm saying. Like it seems like that's where entertainment goes. Like entertainers go. Shout out to the brands like Branson, Ciroc, Duce. All of them. Wishfully in the next 6 months, to 2 years, the tequila brand is vegan reposado. So we you know we looking to do some major things with that. So it just came across my desk. You know what I'm saying?
So it's people out here that want to be entrepreneur. You have your hand in a lot of things. So it's people who want to start businesses, clothing lines, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. What are some of the things in the business world that you feel like people should look out for if you're not educated enough? What are the things that they should definitely educate themselves on before they start a business?
Well, they should enlighten themselves on the business. I
Mhm.
mean, that's really it. You know, I fell in love with the executive side of things because that's the only thing that makes sense. Business doesn't have an emotion attached to it. Business is cold. But if you understand, if you have a vision and you're passionate about your vision, everything is recorded. I would say, life, people study trivially and they don't have a true direction or a definitive purpose. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would study the business. I would come to More to Life. I would come to More to Life Productions, and we'll structure you up. Like we will structure you because I knew nothing about business. You understand? Back in the days, I'd be like, "Yo, I don't want to know. I just want to rap." And then I realized that the middleman had a middleman, and it was a gatekeeper that was stopping that middleman. And it was like, well, I'm gonna become the middleman. And then I didn't like them being the middleman. And I said, no, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna set this business out straight. And within my studies, I mean, I studied for 4 years, and I didn't study business. I studied life. You understand? I studied spirituality, and that has a structure. So you study the structure of the business. You study the structure of the business and you know what you want. And I have mentors. They always tell me good business that makes sense. Make it fair for all parties. But some people in business, they can't look that far. You know what I mean? They don't have the Martin Luther King idea. They can't see the mountaintop. They want to be down in the anthill. And it's not my job to pick them up. It's my job to say, I'm going to keep this structure. If you see something within my structure that you can reflect and utilize for you,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, we'll help you do that. I don't need anything from you. I'm going to focus on this brand. And if you appreciate this brand and what we're doing, we here to assist. You know what I mean? There's no artist development. You know, a lot of people have LLCs, but they're shell companies. You know, people are thinking about the hand over foot as well. They're thinking about the money aspect
Mm-hmm.
of things. And, you know, if you structure yourself up properly as a business, I think that's the best way to go to really like and be around people that have the expertise. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that half of this stuff I don't know, and it's somebody that's a professional, it's somebody that's an expert,
Mm-hmm.
and explain that shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
Explain what you're talking about, and if it makes sense, I'm a hustler.
Right.
You understand? I'm a
Mm-hmm.
hustler. So it's for me, it's like damn, like the business, they say like, you know, the rap game reminds me of the crack game, or well, corporation reminds me of the streets. The
Mm-hmm.
difference is it's just different names and titles. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And it's systematic in it's systemic in a different way. So once I understood the language and I understood well where am I positioned at in this? Once I understood that, well, damn, I'm an owner. Damn, I have a logo. Damn, I have a domain. Damn, I have a business account. Okay, how do I get all of these things working?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm providing a service. I have a product. You know what I mean? Jay-Z said it best. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. So meaning that I am the business. So I created it. I created it around me. If you look on my IG, it says more to life. It doesn't say Salih Bey, right? And people kept saying, well, why wouldn't you put Salih Bey when that's who you are? I said, because I'm representing a business here. So when people see me, they be like, yo, what's up, more to life? And I'm like, Salih Bey, but thank you. You know what I mean? That means, you know what I mean? So when you take the vanity out, when
Mm-hmm.
you take not wanting to, when you don't desire to be famous, you'll get a lot of things done. You know what I mean? Because it's a status thing. A lot of people is about status. So I hope I answered the question. I just feel like you should enlighten yourself on business and study that and ask questions. Ask questions and get people that have been doing this for a while. And I mean, there's people that's been doing this for 10, 20 years, and I'm like, nah, you're not doing your business right. Because you got business and you
Mm-hmm.
got business. You know what I mean? That you know, I don't want to say niggerish shit, but you have those people that you know what I mean? Like they cutting corners. And I'm
Right.
not I done cut corners, I done came from the corners. So cutting corners all my life. Like
Mm-hmm.
now it's like shit, this free world is a great time to be alive. I'm enjoying this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But that's what they should do. That's what they should do. They should enlighten themselves on actually understanding how a business is structured. Get
Mm-hmm.
around people. Come to more to life. Come to more to life. We have a consulting company. Let me look in the camera as I'm saying this. Come to more to life. We will structure you up. Don't worry. Most of them get scared. Listen, most people, when it comes to business, they fear contract and they don't want to spend their money. Those
Yeah.
two things.
Yeah.
Well, you can't fear the contract over here, and you're going to spend a couple of dollars, but you'll be structured up properly, and we'll send you on your way, and you'll make your money. But just focus on your brand. Just focus on your brand and fine tune your brand on along the way. People will went out the trunk. You know, they went out the trunk, and then now they have a brick and mortar. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
online stores and all that.
as far as like, okay, so the whole trunk thing, because the time is just so different now. So there was a time, and I'm just gonna say music or clothing, for instance. You could sell your clothes out of the trunk and then become something. But this new world, you can't do that.
You
So I
can't.
mean,
Yo, let me tell you what I do. I'm a walking billboard, right?
mm,
When I get dressed every day, I know, yo, I'm gonna put these shoes on today, right? And when
mhm,
I'm outside, somebody is gonna say something. Yo, I like those ones. That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate you. So if I got on a more like t-shirt or I got a Mahmoud coat on or a hoodie, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Somebody gonna act like I think when I first got down here, I think the second day I had went into Wingstop and the dude was like, "Yo, I like that hoodie. It was my Rap Live Matters hoodies." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh, we make these." You know what I'm saying? So you advertise anything that you're doing in your life as a necessity that you need. You should be trying to figure out a way to own that,
Mhm.
own it yourself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Wholesale your life, wholesale everything. You know what I mean? Because what we do, we people are paying rent. They should buy a house. Well, go take it further. They should buy land and then build their house. You know what I mean? So if you know, right now I'm about to broker the bay butter. They got bay butter. I'm about to broker that shit. You know, what I mean? Shit that I like, baby, the beard butter. I'm gonna broker that. I need that. So anything that I need, that I
Mhm.
find that I need, you know, the clothing that I'm making, it are things that I would like to see Shorty in that. And I'm definitely gonna rock this,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So that's how I live my life. So when you're dealing with a business, skip the gimmicks. Skip the gimmicks. We are not in a society where gimmicks are winning. You know what I mean? You got
Mhm.
people out here right now that got tattoos all over their face and their hair is yellow and pink and purple and they ain't getting nowhere. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because they saw this guy do it. You know what I mean? And it worked for him, but we all not clowns in the circus. You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right,
you
right.
just gotta find your what is it called, niche. You gotta
Yeah.
find your niche and you gotta build that shit from the beginning. Why you laughing at me? I'm trying.
No, no, because but you are right though, because everything, like if it's not a dance or like a TikTok or something, you know what I'm saying? That's how some people market themselves, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
It's a lane. It's a lane, but you know, as far as content is concerned, you know, you just gotta really be determined at what you're doing, and you know, I could have been one of those individuals that I just want to rap. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And if I would have just wanted to rap, I'd have had a bunch of songs and I'd have been putting them out. And I don't know how far that would have took me.
Right.
But I'm doing both. I'm doing, I would suggest they suggested for me to get a production company. It was one of the best things I ever did 2 years ago because it's opening up markets that, I have a conversation now. I have way more of a conversation than I would have been as a rapper because we would have been still talking about Diddy and Meek Mills. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Shit. It's
Right.
crazy.
So as far as business, like, because you said you have mentors. So if there was anybody out in this world that you could have access to that you would love to be mentored by, who would that be?
Hmm. Kanye, um, Trump, um, Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
I'd even love to sit down with Putin, um, Barack Obama,
Mm-hmm.
because I would like to understand a lot of the things with him. Farrakhan, I would love to sit down with him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the greats, is so many greats that's gone. Like I would have loved to sit down with Mike. I would have loved to sit down with Prince. I'd have loved to sit down with James Brown. I'd have loved to sit down with Bob Marley, but they're not here. Um, I'd love to sit down with Shaq. Um, I would have loved to sit down with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so Russell Simmons, I would love to sit down with him. Leor Cohen, I would love to sit down with him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the shit. Bill Gates would have been great. You know what I'm saying? Bezos would be great.
So
Bezos would be great.
let's go back to Trump real quick. What is it that you want to learn from him, or you would have liked to?
Um, First of all, Trump was born in South Jamaica, Queens. I'm from
I
South
didn't
Jamaica,
know that.
Queens. I'm just joking though, but
Oh, okay. See, I
no,
didn't.
no, no, no. But Trump is a businessman. The model that he had from the beginning he understood that his name, he was a businessman. His name was trademarked from the beginning. And he he was for the people. He actually believed in the republic, we the people, which is constructed with the Constitution that we're not under. We're not under is the de facto government. So, you know, everybody paying attention to the smoke screen. You know what I mean? I'm paying attention to the businessman. When he, you know, when we was dealing with the Brexit, you know, I don't know if you know what that is. They was going through the battle of the pound not wanting to join the euro.
Okay.
Right? It's called the Brexit. They wanted to they Heisman that shit. Like, no, we're gonna keep our own currency. We're not joining that. We established ourselves autonomously, and we're gonna keep that. He went to England and he built a golf course. You know what I'm saying? Being the president, he only got the pass to go everywhere with the military. Where he couldn't have went as a regular businessman, he was able to establish himself and the intel within said government to move about the land. He sat with Putin. He sat with the other guy, the Chinese guy. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. You know, but I would say, you know, with Trump, what he did in his time being here, he pulled back the curtain. He let us know that I know growing up, I would never think they could do anything to the Capitol. I never thought those things could happen. But those things, it lets you know that this whole thing is the Wizard of Oz. You understand? They sit behind a curtain and they use the fear tactic. Oh, stay away. Oh, stay away. I'm the great wizard. And then when you pull the curtain back, like, boy, you just like me. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, you a little less than me because you be on that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just a false sense of authority and extremely want to control the people. You know, I mean, we got a mute president right now. And so all of those people that wanted Trump out of there, I know they feel stupid. I know they like, damn, what did we do? You know what I mean? But you know, the face has changed. The face of the president is just to make the people go in a certain direction. That's why you have so many people speaking out and they're so loud on social media and everybody has an opinion because that's how Trump was. Trump is gonna say what he feels like saying, and he was wealthy. So the mentality of the people right now is I don't care, I got money. You know, and I mean, honestly, this has been the quietest president that we've had. We don't even know what he's doing. You know,
agree.
the press conferences are not there. But for Trump, for me, with Trump, it would be business. It would really be understanding, like, just think, if I had $1 billion, what the fuck would I want to do with this world? Because it's all about contribution. I wouldn't want $1 billion just for me. I don't think there's a person on this planet that just wants $1 billion just for them. So it would be more so giving back to something. You know what I mean? Giving back to something. And you know, I might not, you know, see a lot of the things that Trump do or what, I don't know. I just think he's a dope dude. I think he's a wealthy dude, and I think he's very intelligent. I think he's witty. I think that people need to pay attention to what he's saying, not how he's saying it. And yeah, I think it would be an interesting conversation because, you know, sitting on the shoulder of a giant, I'm gonna see much further than he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's 70 something, 80 something years old right now, right? So, you know, that's half my age. I'm sitting on his shoulder and he's a billionaire. It's like, yo, it looks crazy from up here. You know, fuck the money, but the moves that he's making. Like, where's Trump right now? Where's he going tomorrow? Where's he going next month? And why is he going there? That's, you know, that's what I would want to do, you know, if I was around him. So I mean, the closest thing to Trump is Kanye. So I gotta start off with
I
see
ain't even gonna lie. I would love to meet Kanye myself because I don't. The opinion of him that's been put out there, like, oh, he's crazy. I don't think so. I think he knows
I mean,
exactly what
I
he's
mean,
talking about.
Kanye. I got a record called No Yeezys, and it's so easy to support Yeezys, but the fans won't know. It's so easy to support Yeezys, but the fans won't support Ye. I don't get it. Everybody wearing Yeezys, but he's crazy. So who's the
Mm-hmm.
crazy one? You
Right.
understand? Yo, Einstein was crazy too. He couldn't
Mm-hmm.
even tie his shoe. You understand? He was
Mm-hmm.
crazy, right? But he was a genius. Most geniuses are a little off. You know what I mean? You have to have that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? And you have to not see much further than the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of us are like, we're ants to them people. There's $1 billion people. You know what I mean? They're household names, and they've been household names for the last 20 years. Trump been a household name for the last 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So and a lot of these people were groomed. Manchurian candidates. All of these people. They're not. We're just not just placed there and say, "Oh, he made it." They knew that star from that chart in that hospital. They knew who they were when they came in here. You know what I'm saying? And they were ushered along. I believe that I'm being ushered along. Why wouldn't I think anything other than that? You know what I'm saying? They done placed doubt on us from birth. I know you sat in a classroom, and the first time they said that it was slavery, you looked at your skin and you looked around the room. You had a feeling. I don't want that feeling. I don't want that feeling. So I
Yeah.
had to reprogram myself. But yeah, I would love to sit down with Trump. And I'll take all of his nigga rhetoric. Cause I'm gonna do my cracker talk. We're gonna have a great conversation. Cause I'm just there for the information. You know what I mean? I'm just there for the information. I'm gonna take the crumbs and make me a cake until that cake turns into a bakery. I know how to do that. I had the color TV on top of the black and white TV. Believe that. So I know how to do this shit. Yeah, this is a great time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? So shit, put me in the room. You know what I mean? So
So, uh, so we're gonna wrap up now, and
all right.
we briefly touched on your liquor, your music, your branding and stuff like that. So, what does More to Life Productions have coming up?
We have a release. We have a release Friday. We have a release Friday, a Tage record. I said that earlier. You could. Is it? It's More to Life. The YouTube. It's More to Life is the YouTube channel. That's ITSMOOR the number two LIFE. More to Life on IG is MOOR the number two LIFE. I'm not really good with like the tags and all of that.
It's fine. When I promote the episode, I'm gonna put
Everything
all
is
your stuff up. I'm gonna put it up for you. You
every.
could
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah.
I
So
appreciate it. But yeah, we have a release coming from Tay Baby. Um, we have the podcast. We shoot the second episode for Around the Way Girl podcast. We just dropped an instrumental album for all of those rappers out there. Come holla at us. We do executive production. We do artist development. We, like I said earlier, we structure up companies. So we do consulting, marketing, promotion, distribution, mentoring. We taking on interns. So yeah, and we have the brand coming. We have the bottle brand coming, Bay Tequila. Yeah, so that's really it. That's what we have in the works. But the closest thing is Friday the 29th. We have Tay Baby single Ho.
so
Happiness over everything.
what's the Around the Way Girl podcast about?
It's just everyday people. It's
Okay.
everyday people living within the society, and they're just having a conversation around the way, girl. You know what I mean? Shout out Shira B, and the rest of the cast. They basically like, they're just having conversations about what's going on in the world, and you know, just focus on a couple of topics at a time. This will be their second episode, so we did some pretty good numbers the first episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
I'll send you a link. You know what I'm saying? We lock that
What
in.
about Diddy and Meek Mill? No, I'm just, I'm just.
I think they did talk about it though. Like I think they did talk about it. Like they brushed on it, but they just having regular conversation. It's what is it? One host and three co-hosts. So
Mhm.
they're just sitting in a room, you know what I mean, and they're having a conversation. Pretty dope. They we transitioned because it was just audio. We had audio on Station Head for like 2 or 3 months, and then we transitioned to YouTube to
Okay.
build the channel. So it's in the works. We, 6 months from now, 18 months from now, they're gonna be looking back like, and we're gonna be on to the next thing by then. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's just how we operate.
Well, I am proud of you, and
I'm
again,
proud of you too.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations on everything you got going on.
All right.
And again, I do thank you for sitting down and having this discussion with me. Don't worry about your tags. I'm put it. I'm gonna make sure everybody know what they're doing.
All right. Thank you. Yo, I appreciate you. I know I'm a little erratic, you know what I'm saying? But like if you go do some editing, do some fucking editing. But like it's just real. You know what I'm saying? Like you already know.
No, you're just passionate about what you speak, and I like that. And it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And for everybody else,
Yeah.
thank you for joining me on this episode of What a Man podcast. I am Tana Show. Salih Bey, thank you. And y'all have a
Peace,
good
peace. It's more to life. It's more to life. It's more to life, yo. Thanks, Sal.
Hey y'all, thank you for watching tonight's episode. Need to know more about Salih Bey and More to Life Productions? You can follow him at More to Life on all social media platforms. For booking, you can send an email to info@more2life.com. Bye.